Microsoft Flight Simulator is the Wii Sports of this generation. Microsoft and Xbox have an absolute ace up their sleeves with this title. The level of interest in this is insane, and it's going to completely change the landscape of the next generation and the whole console industry going forward. Let's get into it. So why do I think this is such a big deal? Well, we all remember when the Wii launched with Wii Sports, that pack-in title that had us randomly kind of bowling and playing tennis and swinging and jumping around like maniacs in our living room. It was a title that captured the attention of gamers and non-gamers alike. It was absolutely huge. And, you know, they had demonstrations in shopping malls, and it's just something that people loved, and it just sent the Wii's sales into the stratosphere, and it's a console that we'll be talking about for years that no one will ever forget. Now, on the surface, Microsoft Flight Simulator seems like a nerdcore kind of game, like the game for the flying enthusiasts, but the level of interest is palpable, and let me tell you that this is going to completely change the next generation. So yes, it's been out on PC for 12 months, but most people don't have the hardware to play this game properly. And when it comes to Series X, it's going to be simplified in terms of the control structure. The graphics are going to be mind-blowing. The technology behind this thing is insane, but it's going to work seamlessly. I trust that it will. And you know what? It's just the kind of thing that people see, they're drawn to. It's one of the first games to have such beautiful photorealistic graphics. You can fly anywhere you want. And you know what? It's not that stressful. You know, you can get up in the air and go, tonight we are flying to Tokyo, we're flying to Shanghai, we're going to go to Brazil, wherever it may be. And the reason it's about to take off is because of COVID-19. We're all stuck at home, we're in lockdown, or we're stuck in our country. We can't travel, we can't do those overseas holidays, we miss loved ones, we have this wanderlust that's just pent up and it needs to be unleashed. And Microsoft Flight Simulator is just coming at the perfect time, and obviously they didn't plan this. This game's been in the work for years and years, but the fact that it's releasing now is going to offer everyone that escapism that we so much desire, and that's why it's going to transcend the nerd core that are into flight sims and completely capture the imagination of all gamers and non-gamers alike. And look, once a few people start getting it in their living rooms, once we start to see this getting out there in the wild, it's going to capture people's attention, and it's just the right antidote to such a stressful, dark place that the world is in right now, just to get up there and fly and be free and soar above the skies without a worry in the world. Maybe crashing is a little bit of a worry. So I think it will do that thing that Wii Sports did without the novelty gimmicky factors to it. But you know, the genius that they've done in terms of tying it in with Top Gun, that Top Gun download pack. Who hasn't wanted to get behind the stick with Maverick is really genius as well. And look, I just see from my own channel, the trailer I've posted, one of the most viewed trailers of all time on my channel is the Microsoft Flight Simulator trailer. I'm getting people in Japan interested in it, and people just telling me they're just counting down and literally crossing off the days on the calendar until this thing's released. And that's not happening for anything else. So yes, Halo Infinite is a big release this year, but Microsoft Flight Simulator is probably more important, and I think will capture the hearts and minds of a lot more people and the general mass public. So here I've said it, Microsoft Flight Simulator is the Wii Sports of this generation, and it kind of is packed in like Wii Sports was. It's there and available to download on Game Pass. Yes, it's been out for a while, it's been on PC, but most people haven't been able to access that and experience that in the ultimate way. But if you can get a Series X for a very low price point, you can get on board. I think this thing will shift consoles. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This has been your host, Josh. This is Xbox XL. Peace and love to each and every one of you. Good night.
No one really games on a Mac.
I know.
Yo, this has been your host Josh. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell below, and we'll make more great content like this. Peace and love to you all.